Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and as always, this is the Unagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. This is a labor of love for me, so I'm so glad that you are here. So we're going to do a quick little review, anime review, something that came out this past October, so past season, and it is called A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace. So let's go ahead and get into it. A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace. So we came across this one in the last season anime watch that we did over on Otaku Station on Anime Archaeology YouTube channel. Link is down below. And so we were checking it out, and this is one of the newer animes where we watched the first episode. We can kind of give our 2 cents on it, and we enjoyed it. You know, we took it for what it was, and we were just kind of like, okay, well, yeah, this was nice, and that's kind of how we looked at it. And before moving on, so in this week, right before Christmas, I was kind of looking for something not shonen. I really wasn't interested in an actiony kind of thing. I didn't really need anything deep. You know, I didn't need like lane levels of psychology going on. I didn't want that. So I was like, oh, right, there's this one, Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace. I just like saying it. It kind of rolls off the tongue there a little bit. So I went back to it, went on Crunchyroll. That's where it's at. And gave it the 3-episode treatment. For those who don't know, I watch an anime for up to 3 episodes to kind of get the flavor and idea of where it's going to go, and if I'm interested in watching it and maybe giving it thought to whether or not you might like it. So yeah, I gave it the 3-episode treatment, and so today we have the review. So let's go ahead and get into the particulars of A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace. We're going to go on to the ever helpful Wikipedia, who is doing their donation drive right about now. So if you got a couple bucks, why don't you give it to them, because they give out a lot of good information and it's quite helpful. So this, of course, started off as a manga. Actually, it started off as a one-shot in Konnichiwa's hosted magazine, Kiss. Started in February 2019, and it's ongoing, so it's still going. They've got about 13 volumes going on right now. The manga writer is Kuzushiro, and apparently they have done The Moon on a Rainy Night, which looks interesting. I don't know anything about it. If you happen to know anything about it, please list it down below. Looks like a Yuri romance, maybe. Let's see here. Mama Akuma. That looks kind of funny. Looks like a demon reading a bedtime story to a little kid. And then there's Living with My Brother's Wife. So I don't know anything about these styles. So again, if you happen to know anything, please let us know down below. But that kind of gives you an idea of where it comes from. You know, this is definitely a manga release, and we are at, I think after I do this video, we will be on episode 10 of the series. So it's moving quite along here. So it started on October 6, 2025. So there we go. What is this anime about? So this is one of those kind of slice of life animes. I would be hesitant to call it a healing anime, but it is about a young woman who is being a mangaka, and she is writing her first serialization. So it's not that she's getting to the point, you know, of will she be able to get her own title and publish her first title. No, we're already there. She's struggling to get it done, and she has an assistant. Our heroine, his name is I'm so bad with Japanese names, Nana Futami, so that's easy for me. Her assistant's name is Sato. She's a nice younger mangaka. Actually, she doesn't want to be a mangaka. We'll get to that in a moment. But she's the competent, grounded assistant to Futami, who is scatterbrained and all over the place. She's like has trouble with organization. She has trouble with meeting deadlines. You know that trope. We all know that trope when we're talking about a anime that talks about making a manga. And so that's going on. And she has Futami has not crippling social anxiety, like Comey from Comey Can't Communicate, but she's very shy. Not exactly a shut-in, but, because, like, she'll go out to the store with no problem, go out to a restaurant, no problem, that kind of thing. She's not a shut-in, but a lot of her life is put in a place that in her comfort zone. So her studio is in her apartment. So the living room area is pretty much the studio. She has a bedroom and then, of course, the kitchen area. Lives and breathes this stuff, so to speak. But when she's interacting with other people, well, she gets really shy, and she's second guessing about her answers and what she's doing and how she's behaving. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, oh my God, did I do just a totally dorky thing? Am I a dork? What? Oh God, I just said this. That's the kind of person she is. So it's really quite simple. The plot is very, very, very simple. She's working on her first shoujo, I think, manga, and she's basically trying to meet the deadlines, right? And so she is kind of going through these little phases of just like cute anxiety attacks, and her friend Saito, who is there to ground her, and she goes to Futami, goes, okay, it's okay, but you got to focus on the thing. And it's just very, very cute. And it's kind of cute girls doing cute things. I'm on episode 3. So at this point, we get an idea of Futami's past. Nothing tragic, just Futami being Futami. We get a inkling of Sato's past. Sato's past. And while not tragic, it is kind of sad. But nobody dies. Nobody dies. It's not that. It's not that kind of anime. But she questions whether or not she is really a mangaka, or if she's an assistant, or whatever it is that she is. She wants to be connected to the industry, but she's kind of trying to figure out how that's going to work. And Futami is ever so grateful to have this girl in her life, because she's just like, I will be completely lost without you. So we're at a point at the end of episode 3 where we get introduced to a couple new characters. We meet the editor, but we meet a new character, but we don't see her or him yet. It's just through a chat, through digital communication, where the guy or person agrees to be Futami's assistant to help with the workload. And then she goes to a shogi club, and shogi is Japanese chess, basically. It's a little bit more than that, but basically that's what it is. And to get ideas of how to move the cliffhanger that she puts at the end of volume 5, how to move forward on that. And because it's a shogi based, it is shonen, or not shonen, sorry, shoujo. It is based around a shogi club. So she's getting information from this person who is a young lady who teaches people and coaches people on how to play shogi at this place. So that's where we are at. As you can tell, not anything overly dramatic, comedic more than anything else. Very light, very light. As I said before, I would not really consider this to be a healing anime. And I also would not necessarily consider this a kind of like animation Ronin or Kuromi, where you learn about what the industry is, and you have all these different asides, kind of like also in like your camp, where the omniscient narrator tells you certain things you need to know about camping. It's not like that at all, really. I mean, there's enough nuggets there to give you an idea that this is a business and that there's things that you have to do, and that's what causes the problem. But beyond that, we don't really we don't dive into the weeds on this one. So this is really just slice of life, relationships of these women working on this particular manga, and it is very, like I said, very, very light. Should you watch this? I think so. I think you'll like it. If you enjoy slice of life things, and you don't want something that's going to be overly talky and thinky like Ghost in the Shell or something like that, or very psychological like Lane. If you just went through something like that and you need a palate cleanser that's nice and light and funny that you're going to chuckle at, Yes, please do. Please watch this. Just to give you an idea, the pretty lady who gives me food was with me when I watched the third episode this morning before I did the review here. And even though she claims that she is not an otaku, even though she loves Akame Can't Communicate, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, likes various Shinkai movies, the list goes on. She's like, no, I'm not an otaku. So she wants to watch this one. So that should tell you something. So we're going to start back at episode 1, and we're going to work our way through it, I think. So, light, cute, animation doesn't need to be outstanding. It does the job that it needs to do. It's good. The character designs are fun. Again, this is not something to be serious about. This isn't, we're not going to pour an insane budget onto this thing. But it's worth your time. It's worth having something that you can sit back and just kind of just roll with it, enjoy the Futami's little bouts of insanity of like, did I say the wrong thing? It's just very cute. So yeah, just give it a go and see what you think. Yeah, I'll probably be watching more of it. All right, so that was the review for a Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace. I hope you give it a try and just sit back and enjoy the ride. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, so we are almost to the end of the 2025 season. We've got like 3 more, I think, episodes coming up. So there's going to be one more review. We're going to do the Christmas episode. That's going to come out on the 22nd. And then we're going to do year end. And we're going to do a couple things on that one. That should be a little bit of fun. And then we will be going into the interlude videos where I I put up, I think that's a better way of putting it, little videos every week just to keep the channel going. But the actual 2026 season will start somewhere between mid-February and March, I think. Could be sooner. That could be. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's what's going to happen for the next 3 episodes. So another review, the Christmas episode, and year-end episode. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this year, 2025. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And ring the bell if you want more. If you want to know when these come up, they usually come up on Monday nights, late Monday nights. But other than that, treat yourselves well. Be healthy. Be good. Love you guys. I want to see you out in the world, so you got to be healthy. And as always, watch more anime.